What are my thoughts about the upcoming redistricting? um, I I'm concerned. I don't know that I can give a really great answer about the upcoming redistricting. I'm very concerned about the redistricting that's already taken place. And that's public, so it's not something that you probably haven't seen or already know that I said. I'm very concerned about Elkton Middle School. And, it's the only school over capacity. Well, it's only 15. I know, but should we even be anywhere near the limit? Was there an issue before the redistricting? What can we do to fix it? Are we freeing up Montevideo and Spotswood with the upcoming redistricting? Could we use the upcoming redistricting to fix the last redistricting? And I literally just talked to two parents today in Grottoes that they're still upset about it. And they're like, we talked to the board about it. And really, and I said to them, you're echoing the sentiments of everybody I've heard in Grottoes, and they've literally almost been disenfranchised. And I used to live in Port Republic right on 340. It's a long drive to Elkton. It's a long way, and that road is so dangerous. And I don't try to say that to parents a whole lot because I'm sure they already know that. But that's really what my thoughts have been more on that redistricting because it affected my district. So I know that the decisions we make is in all the districts. So that's a tidbit about the upcoming that I think could we work to solve maybe more than one problem with that. So it's just a thought.
And then my thoughts on the upcoming redistricting. I have a lot of them. um, you know, it's always hard to take a child who has developed these relationships in their elementary school and then ask them to switch to a different middle school. And that is not something that we should take lightly. And I know you all have done that already. And I have come to the board meetings. I have seen that you have really taken a lot of careful consideration on the redistricting. And I know that you are looking at those things because I've heard your comments and I've heard your questions. And I know that you are thinking about what we can do to redistrict in our area. So, because I believe the redistricting you're talking about would move some Cub Run students potentially over to Lacey Springs and around in that area. And right now, Cub Run has a lot of students in it. I believe it's the largest elementary school we have. And that's where my kids went. My kids went to Cub Run. We had awesome principals, awesome teachers. Couldn't be more thankful for the experience that my children had there at Cub Run. It really is a phenomenal school. But when you have a school system like Cub Run that is currently at 700, which to me should be a max for an elementary school, in this area at least, there has to be some way to relieve the pressure off of that school and move some of those students to another area. One of the ideas that I had thought about, and please know I have not done any research on this other than listen to what you all have said and seen what was presented on the screen. But just as I've listened, I've thought about, okay, what is a way that we could possibly move some students to McGaheysville Elementary? What is a way that we could redistrict some students that currently are in other areas that are more densely populated and could move them to a different middle school or elementary school. And the thing that you have in this situation, it's like squeezing a water balloon. So whenever you squeeze that balloon that's full of water, it's just going to go to another area. So how do we plan for the future of our schools, especially when we see the Board of Supervisors has approved a new development off of Route 33? So how does that impact these changes that we're talking about here? What does that look like? Where are those students going to go? Because I believe that's 1,880 units, but not all of them are single family. So it's one of those things where we're going to have to take our time and do the best we can to make sure we limit the challenges to those students so that they continue to have great relationships that they've made in elementary school and all the way through.